India will not get a single Nobel Prize in the next 100 years in the field of science. Let me tell you why. So the first thing is India has a very less numbers of researchers per million people. India has only 253 researchers per million people, whereas China has more than 1300 researchers per million people. US has more than 4000 researchers per million people, and Germany has the biggest numbers, 5000 researchers per million people. As a consequence, what happens? India files a very less numbers of patents annually. Like China files over 1.5 million patents annually. US files 6 lakhs patents annually. And India 45,000 patents annually. इंडिया बाकी सारे कंट्री से इतना पीछे कैसे है? Okay, do you know India invests only 0.64% of its GDP in research and development, whereas China invests 2.1% of its GDP in the research and development, and US invests more than 2.5% of its GDP in their research and development. As you can see in this chart, the amount of money that has been investing in R&D has been increased gradually over the years, but the percentage of GDP that has been invested in R&D over the years has been degraded over the years. In 2011 to 12, 0.76% of our GDP was invested in R&D, and 2020 to 21, only 0.64% of our GDP was invested in R&D. तो हमारे देश में ऐसा क्या चल रहा है जिसके कारण R&D पर पैसा कम देना पड़ रहा है? ये क्वेश्चन तो दिमाग में आएगा ही. Let's see this chart. Top 10 countries with maximum expenditure on R&D as percentage of GDP. Actually, this is a disclaimer. India is not in this chart. I have included India in this chart just to compare with other countries. So, as you can see, Israel is the topper of this list. 5.35% of its GDP they're investing in R&D. Then Korea, Sweden, 3.49%. Belgium, US 3.42%, and then Germany is like 3.11%. Then Denmark, Finland, and India is 0.64%. Let's talk about the two main PhD fellowships in India, PMRF and JRF. PMRF scholars gets 70,000 per month in the first 2 years, and in the third year they get 75,000 a month, and in the fourth and fifth year they gets 80,000 per month, whereas GRF scholars gets 38,000 per month in the first and second year, and rest of their PhD they gets 42,000 per month. Don't you think this is an equality? Like, they're in the same institute, they're in the same lab, they're using the same instrument, still they are getting different stipends. वो भी एक को दूसरे का डबल मिल रहा है. This is an inequality, bhai. This can't be done. This 40,000 a month stipend for a PhD scholar is barely enough in the metro cities. Like, this is the reason. Actually, this is one of the reason why Indian students goes abroad for their PhDs, and many of them never came back, because top talents will always follow top opportunities. ISRO's ex-chairman Dr. S. Somnath has shared a chilling fact. He said during an IIT recruitment session, 60% of the IITians walked away after hearing their salary structure. Less than even 1% of them would have applied their job. Not because of lack of patriotism, but because of survival matters. Here is how India can turn this around. First of all, India must invest a minimum of 1% of our GDP into the research and development. Secondly, our government must increase the GRF stipend. From 40,000, it should be a minimum of 55,000 to 60,000. This will help doing seamless research. This is a basic thing our government can do for our better future in the field of research. India already gifted zero ISRO missions and Nobel winning discoveries in literature and peace. Our talent is undeniable. We just need funding structure, and belief. Support scholarships, support reforms, and support every young scientist's dream. At the end of it, you already got that this video was not about winning Nobel Prizes. This was about where India actually stands and what India can do for a better tomorrow. If you believe that our next Nobel can born here, when the JRF scholars gets what they deserve and the ISRO can attract the top minds, like this video, share it with your friends, and comment what a single change that you would like to demand first. Thanks for watching this video till the end. Subscribe my channel because India's scientific future needs your voice and action.